So when you're dealing with big roundabouts, the main thing is planning and knowing where you're going. That's the first thing you need to really do. Think about that first, and then the rest kind of works itself out. So if you're going to be going, this one we're going right third exit, so center mirror, right mirror first, and then signal right. So I'm going right, so I'm positioning myself to the right from early. You see this separates into two lanes here. We've got the left and we've got the right. So I'm on the right, I'm gearing down to second gear. I'm checking already from my right, there's nothing coming that way, so I can keep moving in second gear. I'm keeping to the right for now, going past first exit, second exit over there. I'll start moving a bit more left now, then I'll check my mirrors, signal left, and then check my mirror again, and then once I'm off, check for the zebra crossing there, and then cancel my signal, because I don't want people thinking that I'm turning into the left there. So you need to plan where you're going first, so know exactly where the exit is, identify it. Don't go into the roundabout without knowing where your exit is, otherwise it can be very difficult for you to do. On this roundabout, we're going to go right fourth exit, which is all the way around to come back on ourselves this way. So on this part, it's usually a sat-nav section. The sat-nav will tell you to take the fourth exit, and then the examiner will just clarify that he's going to be turning right all the way towards this way. So we're going right, so position myself to the right, check my center mirror, right mirror, signal right. I'm already in second, so I wasn't going that fast. I'm already looking over there where that white van is, see if there's any more cars coming from there, and he's coming from there, so I'm going to slow down and get into gear 1 now. Checking for any more behind him, there's nothing else, so I add a bit of gas, clutch up to the bite. I'm sticking to the right for now, because remember I'm going all the way around to the right, so I don't want to be in the left lane for now. I want to be to the right, so I'm going past the second exit now, going past the third exit, I'm going for the fourth. So once I'm going towards the third, I'll start aiming towards the left a bit, check my mirror, signal left, and then check my mirrors again, both of them, left and right, and then cancel my signal. So you want to stick to the right as you go around, and then when you know you're coming off soon, you start making your way to the left. There are other roundabouts where the lane takes you to your exit, which I'll show you in a bit. On the next one, we're following signs for Brent Cross. So if you look at that sign there, Brent Cross, Central London. Also for Mill Hill, same sign, a different sign, same Mill Hill but different, same direction. Third, that's gonna be right third exit there. So if you know you're turning right, remember you position yourself to the right. Always think about your gear as well. You can't really approach it in third. You always want to approach it in second, or if it's really busy, then you want to approach it in 1 as well. So right now I'm in 1 because I had to stop for that car. So there's no point in me changing now because I'm really close to the roundabout. I'm already positioned myself to the right. I've got my mirror, center mirror, right mirror, signal, because I know I'm going towards the right side. I'm checking to see where my exit is. This one's quite a big one, so it's over there. So those cars have stopped, and I can go forward now. And these cars are coming quite fast, so you need to be careful here. If you're not sure if they're coming towards you or not, just wait for a second and check it out. But I was confident that there was a big enough gap there. So here I'm just sticking to the lane. So I don't know if you noticed, but that lane, there's a new lane that just started over there. So now I'm in the middle lane, which is taking us to the next exit. I'm already coming off. I've already gone past the second exit now, so I can signal left. And there are cars in the left lane that are coming off with me, so I'm going to be checking my left mirror as I come off. I'm sticking to the right for now, checking both mirrors, and then you see the lanes merge together into 1 lane. I'm in the dual carriage, so I'm going to add up loads of speed now, and then I want to be in the left lane when it's safe. Check my mirrors, signal left, and then I can move over. So that exit, that lane forces you to exit on the right lane as you come off onto the dual carriageway, but you need to move over to the left when it's safe to do so. You don't want to keep driving on the right lane if you're not overtaking anybody. On the next one, we're going to turn left first exit, which is probably the easiest one to do, is just turning left without having to worry too much about going round. This is controlled by lights as well on this one, so this one's going to be a bit easier. This one's Mill Hill Circus, right next to the Broadway, next to Mill Hill Broadway. We're going to be turning left first exit here. So when this is controlled by lights, all you need to worry about really is whether you got a green light or red light, and then just quickly check to the right, make sure no one's coming. But there should be no one should be coming really, but just have a quick glance just in case somebody's missed their light or made a mistake. But usually you should be fine to go to the left. So we're going to be going left, so center mirror, signal left. And I'm approaching it. I'm already in second. I'm keeping it in second, even though it's a fast road. I want to be going slowly so I can turn. So I'm just going to quick over there. They're all stopped. Check my left mirror again as I'm coming off. Make sure there's no one next to me. Then I can exit the roundabout. And once I'm turning here, the signal is going to cancel itself because I've turned quite a lot. On one of the turns we did earlier, when we came off, the signal was still on because we didn't move the steering wheel that much to get to where we were going. And that way you need to cancel it manually. But other times, if you turn the steering wheel quite a lot, the signal will cancel itself, so watch out for that. On the next roundabout, we're going straight second exit. So usually the left lane's for going straight and left, so unless the left is only for turning left, but usually it's going to be the left lane to go straight. So I already know that I'm going to be going straight, so I'm positioning myself in the left lane nice and early. I don't want to be over there and then coming over here, or trying to go straight from that lane. I'm thinking about my exit as well, so sometimes people don't concentrate where the exit is, and then when they go to the wrong one. So right now, before I even think about anything, I'm looking over there. That's where my exit. I know that it's over there now. Now I can concentrate on the traffic coming from the right hand side. And you can see on the floor it says keep clear there as well. I'm gonna have to watch out for that and make sure that there's space for me to go beyond those keep clear boxes and wait by those lights over there. So I'll keep checking, and it's looking good now. And I can go forward, keeping to the left as I go through. I don't want to go in the middle lane here, so I'm keeping to the left. Once I go past the first exit, I can signal left to let everyone know that I'm coming off the next exit. And as you notice here, it's controlled by lights, this section as well. So when you go through, be careful that you don't go all the way through without checking for lights. Look out for the line on the floor. So the stop line there, that shows you that these lights apply to this line here. So when you see that line, look out for the lights, and if it's red, make sure you stop. A lot of people don't see that. I'm coming off now. The lane on my right is coming off as well with me, so I'm just going to quickly check my right mirror, make sure that there's no one cutting in front of me, and it was all good there, so I can carry on. Then my signal's cancelled itself before it becomes a problem. So you notice that a lot of exits will have two lanes going into one as you're coming off, so make sure you check in your mirrors as you're coming off, so that you don't come off the same time as someone else and end up crashing into each other. Here we're going to follow signs for Brent Cross or Central London. And if you can see on the sign there, so that's going to be, when you're looking at signs, you're looking from the bottom, so that's going to be 1, 2, third exit to the right. Also, he's following signs for Mill Hill, same direction as well, 1, 2, 3, third exit to the right. So I know I'm going to the right already, so I'm going to just aim to position myself to the right from early. I'm already sticking to the right side from now. I'm not going to be going left and then coming over this way. I'm sticking to the right. I've geared down to 2 already as I approach, because it's going slower now. The center mirror, right mirror, signal right. It looks kind of busy here, so I'm just going to go into gear 1. See, it splits into 3 lanes. You could use the center lane as well, but to keep it simple, just use the right one for now. Then I'm going to be checking the traffic flow from the right. It's a bit of a hill here, so I'm going to put my handbrake on, get my biting point ready. So this one, when it's busy, it can be quite tricky. You need to be really patient. This is Apex Corner. Turning right, third exit, sometimes can be a bit tricky, because as you're entering it, it's not controlled by lights in this section. You need to use your judgment by looking at the traffic from the right. Then when it's clear, going forward. And the key is, some people are coming quite fast here. You need to wait until it's clear and then add quite a lot of gas and go to the middle of the roundabout there, so that you don't get in anybody's way. So I'm checking the right now. So that white Audi's coming towards us, and then as soon as he's gone, there's more cars behind him coming from the right over there. So I'm looking for cars coming from just that side over there, and also where that white van is over there. So they've got red light at the moment, the ones over there, so they can't move. But once those guys are stopped, those other guys will come pretty much straight away, because they won't have there won't be a long gap between their light changing and their light changing. So I'm just going to keep an eye out for a small chance to go. See, and there was quite, I'm not going anywhere. They can beep all they like, because there's cars coming from that side as well, waiting for a nice gap. See, there's cars coming from the right. I'm not going to go until I know it's safe, because if I go in the middle now, it's going to cut people up. Sometimes it gets like when it's really busy and people beep, but don't go, because you're going to end up crashing and they will just go about their day. But you need to use your own eyes and don't feel pressure to go unless you feel like it's safe for you to go. So I'm just keep checking the right for a gap. So that lorry has stopped. Yeah, those guys are going over there, so I can go now, yeah? And the light is green, so I can carry on going. Keeping to my lane. So a new lane starts here now, but I'm keeping in my lane as I go around. And then I can see the light on this side is red, so I'm just going to slow down. I'm going to signal left now to come off. So here I need to pay attention to, because the light changes quickly sometimes. I don't want to be here when the lights change and I'm not moving. So it's changing now, and there's cars on my left already on the left lane. So I'm going to be careful as I'm coming off. Just keeping to the right as I come off, checking the left lane, checking the left mirror, and now it's merged into one, and I can come off. Put lots of gas on to build up my speed, checking my mirrors. Signal left to go into the left lane, and that's done. So yeah, it takes quite a lot of patience there on that roundabout. You need to be very, very strong and just like not move unless you know it's safe. Otherwise, all that's going to happen is you're going to go into the middle and cars are going to come towards you now. You're going to get in their way. So be patient and you will get a chance to go when it's safe. At this roundabout, I'm going straight second exit. It's controlled by lights, so I'm just going to keep an eye on those lights. Make sure they stay green. I'm approaching in second, so even though it's fast, I approached it in second, and now I'm keeping to the left lane the whole time. I'm going past the first exit, signal left to come off. Then I'm just checking my right mirror as well to make sure there's nobody from that right lane coming into my lane by mistake. And then once I'm off, this the signal's cancelled because that's the way I turned. Then I can increase my speed now. On the next roundabout, I'm going to turn right, third exit. So I know I need to be turning. If I'm turning right, I need to be in the right lane. I can see there's cars in the lane already, so I'm just going to check my mirrors and signal right so I can let everyone know that I want to change lanes. Checking that side, nice space there. And the lanes, sometimes the signs will tell you what lane you need to use. So that sign tells us the right lane is only for turning right, and left lane is for going straight and left, and middle lane is for only going straight. So that will tell you sometimes before you get actually onto the roundabout what lane you need to be using. So look out for those signs as well. So as I approach it, I'm already in gear 4. I don't want to do this roundabout in gear 4. Check my mirrors and signal. I'm going to gear down second gear. I'm keeping an eye on that light, because if it changes like it is now, I'm going to stop because it's controlled by lights. So my exit was the third one. So that's the first one is over there, second one's over there. So third one must be over there, because this is there's another exit here, which is the fourth one. The ones I showed you earlier, the lane took you to your exit. This one's slightly different. This is Mill Hill Circus. This one's slightly different. You have to move over halfway through. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to go into the roundabout now, just quickly checking that right. There should be no one coming from there. So this lane here. So if I stick to this lane, it will keep making me go all the way around towards the right. So I'm just going to signal left, change into the left lane, and then check my mirror again, and then I'm off. You see the other roundabout I showed you earlier, the lane spiraled out towards your exit. This one doesn't. So you need to check your mirrors, change lanes as you get towards your exit, and then come off. Don't wait until you get to your exit and then try to change lanes. Then it will be too late by then. Do it as you're going past the exit before. We're going to turn right, third exit again towards on Mill Hill Circus. So I'm going to be right, so I'm checking my center mirror, right mirror, position to the right already. Checking the lanes, because you see the lanes split into 3 here. So I'm going to move over to the right side, and I'm start checking from now. So plan my exit. My exit is over there, because our first exit is over there. Second is over that side. Third is over there, where that shop is, where those shops are. So always have you can choose like a marker. So I see a nice gap here, so I'm going to take it. And the light in the middle is still green, so I'm going to keep going round. But once I get towards the second exit, like now, I'm going to need to move a bit more left. Check my mirror, signal left as well, let people know I'm coming off. Keep checking my mirrors, and then I can come off like that. On this one, we're going towards Apex Corner. We're going to be turning right, third exit, following signs for the north. That sign said to go into the right lane, but I find this a lot easier to use this lane, because this lane is going to split into 2, and we can use one of the lanes of these one to go to the right. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. So we're going right, third exit, so I'm just going to keep to this lane, and then this lane splits into 3. We're going towards the A1. So you see, it's got the A1 on the floor there. So look on the floor as well. It shows you what lane you could use for which direction you're going in. So we're going to the right, and to let people know that I'm going towards the right. So everyone in this side should be going right as well, because those lanes are only for the A1. This one is for the A1 and the A41, and that one's for the A41. So everyone in that side should be going to the right. I'm just going to keep an eye on my mirror, just in case anybody's made a mistake and they're in the wrong lane. And it's also very important that you keep in your lane as well. So I know I'm in the second one from the left, so I'm just going to keep like here behind the van. Keep going around, checking my mirrors, make sure there's no one coming towards, trying to come off here. And now I've become the left lane. Now I'm going to check my mirrors and signal left. I'm going to keep as left as I can, because those guys over there are in the next lane next to me now. And then once I'm off the roundabout on the dual carriageways, fast road, but normally I would pick up a lot of speed, but there's cars in front of me, so I don't want to go too fast. So if I was in the other lane, you know, the ones as I approach the roundabout, if I was in the next lane, I would have ended up in this lane here. Or if I was in the far right lane, I would have ended up in the far right lane on that side, which is okay. You just have to make sure that once you've gone to the dual carriageway, make your way to the left when it's safe. Don't stick to the right. The reason I chose to use the left lane of those ones was just so I can end up on the left side as I come off the dual carriageway. So you could, to keep it simple, you could use the right lane as well, but then once you come off, make sure you move over to the left. Now on the next roundabout, we're turning right, 4th exit towards the right. This one is Sterling Corner by Boreham Wood Test Centre. If you're in Mill Hill, sometimes they come this way as well. We know we're going to be turning right, so I need to start moving over to the right when it's safe. So I'm just going to check my mirrors, and then I'm going to signal so people know that I want to change lanes. I don't want to leave it too late. Then I can see a space there, so I'm just going to go behind this van and cancel my signal. I'm going to need to go into the right lane again. I can see a nice space. I'll go into the right. Make sure I don't go over the speed limit, and then now there's signs now telling us to reduce our speed, slow down. I don't want to go too slow, because this road used to actually be national speed before. It used to be 70 miles an hour, so they would try to slow you down before you get to the roundabout. I'm just going to go a bit slower as I approach it. I know I'm in 5th gear. Always think about what gear you're in as well. I'm in 5th. Obviously I can't do the roundabout in 5th gear, and I know I need to go to the 4th exit, which is over towards Barnet. I'm going to go into 3rd as I approach, and then as I get even closer, I'll go into 2nd. But it's controlled by lights on this one. I'm going to check my centre mirror, right mirror, signal right, and because it's red light, I'm just going to go slow down a bit more, go into gear 1. So sometimes you won't know how the roundabout is controlled, whether it's lights or you have to use your own judgment. But here as we approach, we can see it's controlled by lights and it's red, which is good, because now we can have time to think about where we're going. When it's green, sometimes you have less time, because you need to keep moving and check and then go. But here we've got the red, so we can check that our exit is over there by the petrol station. So that's going to give me a reference for me to aim for. And once I get here, I'm going to get in 2nd. Only one from there should be stopping because of the red light. So I'm in the right lane now. This is another spiral one that takes you to your exit. So here, I'm still in my lane. So this lane's a new lane. See that the line started just there? I'm keeping my signal on. The signal always cancels it. Keep it on so these people here know that you're coming towards them. And now we've come the left lane. I'm going to check my mirrors and signal left, because I've gone past the other exit. Now I'm keeping left. I'm checking my right mirror here just in case anybody comes from the right and comes and joins us there, but there's no one there, and then I can come off by myself and cancel the signal. Here we're going to go straight 2nd exit at Sterling Corner by Boreham Wood Test Centre. So remember, going straight 2nd exit is not too difficult. All you need to do is keep left, and especially here that's controlled by lights as well, it's not going to be too hard. You want to just keep as left as you can, and then signal left once you go past the 2nd exit. Sorry, the 1st exit. So we know we're going towards the 2nd. 1st was just over there where those cars, so it should be just after that. So checking my mirrors before I move, making sure that light is still green as I go through. And then once I get here, I'm going to go into 2nd, keeping myself to the left, keeping an eye on that light, mirror, signal left, and then I'm just going to check both mirrors here, both sides, make sure that no one's going to come off with me when there's not enough space for both cars, and I'm done. Here we're turning right, third exit. Already get down to second, mirror, signal right. Checking the right and any cars coming from ahead that are going around, but there's no one that will get in my way, so I can just go around, checking that side, mirror, signal left, and then I come off. So there's a lot of mirror checks as you're coming off roundabouts. You want to be sure that there's no one right next to you as you're coming off. You want to be aware every second of what's going on next to you, who's next to you, what lane are you in as well. That's another important factor. You need to be sure about where your lane is and make sure that you're in that lane without getting in anybody else's way. So this one is a small-ish roundabout by Borehamwood Test Centre. We're going right, third exit, mirror, signal. So here it's big enough for us to signal left when you come off. There's a car coming from the right, so I'm just gonna stop here and get into gear 1, check for any more coming. There's no one else, so I can start moving the car. On my left should wait because I'm on their right. And once I go past the second exit, I'm gonna signal left, let everybody know that I'm coming off. So the difference between a mini roundabout and those kind of roundabouts where you can have to signal left to come off is that the bigger roundabouts will have a feature on them in the middle. So like there was like a big grass feature in the middle. It was quite big, so that when you have to go around, and then when you're coming off, let people know you're coming off. On the mini roundabouts, would be so small, they'll be like just like a blob of paint. There won't be space or time to be signaling left to come off. So in that situation, you just signal right. Check the other video out for mini roundabouts and how to do that. So we're just going past Borehamwood Test Centre now. See, it's very cramped around here, so you need to be careful when you've just started your test or when you're finishing, that you don't end up in a sticky situation with another car. So this car's kindly stopped for us, thank you. So the next one, we haven't done this one a lot. We're going to be turning right, 1, 2, third exit from Borehamwood Test Centre at Stirling Corner. So this one should be a bit interesting because I haven't done this one a lot. So it'll be interesting to see if I do it correctly or not. So I'm going to position myself a bit right since I know I'm going to be going to the right, checking my mirror signal right. And I know my exit is over there because that's the first one's over here, the second one is straight over there, third is over that side over there. So that's the one that I'm aiming for. I'm going to aim for the middle lane, just so I can, when I come off, it will be the left lane. So if I go straight for the right lane, when I come off, I will come off either in the middle lane or the right lane. But if I aim for the middle lane, I should end up on the left lane when I'm coming off. So I'm just going to be waiting here for a space, checking the right for any. So here I'm looking for cars coming from where that black car is coming from and cars where that blue car is as well. So I'm just keeping an eye on both sides of traffic here. Because remember, I'm going towards the middle, so I don't want to cut anybody out that's in the middle of the roundabout coming from there. Looks like it's quite busy. So I'm looking for people's signals as well. So if they're signaling to go this way, then I can make my move. If there's no one else in the middle of the roundabout, that is. It's all about patience and paying attention the whole time. Don't get distracted here because it's busy. Because sometimes you think it's busy, then there's a gap that you don't see, and then you can have to wait all over again. So when that traffic stops over there, there might be a bit of a gap, but those cars will probably see that space and then start moving towards me. So I can see now after this van, but as soon as it's gone, you see more cars come straight away. So I need to wait for them for another chance to go now. After this white van, because there's that red car. Okay, after this black car, because he's signaling to go that way, but gave me a space. Then I can go to this lane. So here the lanes have disappeared a little bit. I need to be careful here. I'm going to check my mirrors. So now I'm in the middle lane here. I've gone past that exit. I can signal left now to come off, and I can either come off using this lane, or if I check my mirror there's no one there, I can change lanes from now and be in the left lane already. So that's why you want to be using your mirrors a lot here. So when I come off, I could have just come off there and then afterwards gradually move over to the left, but I could see that there's no one in the left lane, so I could just change there, and then when I come off now I'm already in the correct lane. Now we're following signs for Edgware. We're approaching Apex Corner from Boreham Wood sides, so there's no sign there for Edgware. So sometimes the examiner will give you a little bit of a hint saying that the sign is in the middle of the carriageway. So the sign this time, instead of being on the left side of the road, it's by the barrier over there. So I'm going to look over there for the sign for Edgware, and I can see Edgware, it says use the middle lane for Edgware. So I'm just going to check my mirrors, signal right, make sure it's safe, and go into the middle lane. So don't wait until you get right close to the roundabout to start changing lanes and things. If you see the sign early, the examiner will tell you early enough so you can have time to check your mirrors and move over. Don't wait until you get there and then start changing lanes. It'll be too late by then. It'll be very difficult. So now I can see it says EDG on the floor, and then the sign was saying that this lane here was for Edgware as well. And on that sign it said Edgware straight, second exit at the roundabout. So I know that, remember normally you want to be in the left lane, but to go straight second exit, but this lane is for something else altogether. This lane's for going towards Edgware. So I'm just going to keep in this lane for now. Just making sure I stay in that lane. It's controlled by lights here, it looks like. Just check that. So keeping left the whole time. So here it gets a bit tricky because you have to go really left here to make sure you stay in your lane. Otherwise you can be kind of in between two lanes here. I'm checking my right mirror as I'm coming off as well. I think those guys had that issue where there was both of them coming off at the same time, which is why they had to stop. So yeah, you want to be checking your mirrors there. That's the reason really. Luckily they stopped, because sometimes people don't stop and then they don't see each other and they could end up colliding. At the next roundabout, we're following signs for Edgware. So the sign doesn't show it. There's a sign for a roundabout, but on the actual sign for Edgware, there's no roundabout or exit sign. So we know it's to the right. So I'm just going to check my mirrors, signal right. Here there's not two lanes, so I'm just going to be a bit more in the middle rather than going towards the right. And that car's coming towards us with no signal, so which probably means it's going straight over that way. So I'm looking for people's signals here. So there's a nice gap here actually. That car is going that way anyway, but they weren't signaling. Sometimes that will happen. People won't signal, but they'll just go left. Don't get frustrated. Don't think that everyone that's not signaling is going to go left. Some of them will go the correct way, which is supposed to be going straight. So just keep an eye on that, and only go when you see a space and you're happy that it's safe for you to go. At the next one, we're turning right, fourth exit. So we're going to position to the right. Mirror, signal right. So you see there, remember I was saying to you, there's some lanes that only turn left. So if you're going straight, we'd be using this lane, because that lane only goes to the left side. So I'm checking the right from early. There's no one really after this black car here. Just going to check again, and then I'm going to go to the right lane. And this one, the lanes start kind of spiraling out towards the middle, and then it's taking me to my exit, which is going to be to the right. So now I'm in the middle, and I'm going to check my mirrors, signal left, and then I can come off. So that one was a bit faded, but it spirals out towards your exit really. Next roundabout, I'm going left, first exit, mirror, signal left, and then gear 2. And the lanes here split up, so you see we've got the left for turning left only, so I'm going to stick to that side. And I'm looking for cars coming from there and from where that van is over there. And that van that's coming around should be blocking those guys, because it's going that way, then I can use that chance to go. So you want to be using other cars that are going the other way to block the cars that are coming towards you as well. So look out for the cars that are going to help you to join the roundabout, because they will be blocking the other traffic. on the next roundabout we're going straight second exit. So remember, some lanes are most times you want to be using the left lane, but as you approach this, you can see on the floor, you see it says left only, so we need to use this lane now to go straight. And then any people that are in this lane should be going left. So when we go into the middle of the roundabout, we're going to be aiming to be on the left side as we get to the middle. So these guys are coming towards. Sometimes, see this guy, he didn't indicate. Sometimes people come around without an indication. So just watch out where they are, and if they're coming towards you, then you don't go. Just keep an eye on those cars over there. So that guy's going that way. Then I can check my left mirror, make sure no one's using the wrong lane. Now I'm in the left side. Then I can check my mirror, signal left, and then check that mirror as well. And then I can come off. Sometimes people want signal, so you need to just watch where they're going before you make your decision to go or not. And then other times people will use the left lane that's supposed to be turning left to go straight ahead. They might have made a mistake, or they might be doing it intentionally. So what you need to do is be wary of that. Whenever there's space, people might use it. So if there's space there, there's a chance that somebody might use it to try to go straight as well. So before you go into the roundabout and get into that lane, just check your left mirror to make sure no one is going into that same space at the same time as you. So here we're turning right, 1, 2, 3, 4th exit towards Neasden and Wembley. This is in Kingsbury. So I'm already in the right lane because I couldn't use that lane anyway, so I was ready, because it's a bus lane, I was already in the right lane. So I didn't need to do anything else, just mirror signal, make sure I'm in the correct gear. Thinking about my exit, so it's over there where the zebra crossing is over there, so that's what I'm aiming for. Before I get onto the roundabout, I've already got a point to aim for. Really checking the traffic flow. Sometimes if it's clear here, be careful that this guy has seen it as well, because sometimes people move before the person in front has moved. So you want to make sure that this person has moved first before you make your move forward. Otherwise you end up crashing into the back of them. So you look in there and you look in the front. Then once you're the first car, all you're concentrating on really is, or mainly concentrating on the right, and then anything else that's on the side of you here to make sure that no one's going to be coming next to you too close. Okay, so he's gone. So now I'm in the front. I need to wait for these cars now. So just because he's gone doesn't mean I could go. I need to look for myself for my own turn to make sure that it's safe. So I'm just waiting for a nice gap. Okay, that lorry is going round. So I'm looking for people signaling to go this way. So there's a police car coming around from the side, from this side. There's a bit of build up on the roundabout as well. So once there's a bit of build up, you want to be careful as well, because you don't want to go in there and get stuck and then get stuck in the middle. Unless you've made eye contact and people have told you to go forward and there's space, then you can do that. So I'm just keeping an eye on that. I'm looking for any cars indicating to go that way, like that car was doing there. So the red car's indicating to go that way. So then I've got space. Then I can move forward, keeping my signal. And I was keeping an eye on that van as well. Then once I get to like around here, I'll aim for like the middle lane here now, which then becomes the left lane. Once I get to this stage, I can signal left, check my mirrors, check this mirror as well for anybody coming off with me. There is somebody there, or they're going the other way. And then watch out for any roundabouts, so in any zebra crossings when you're coming off as well. So a lot of them don't have zebra crossings, but some of them do. The big ones, it's the big ones anyway. So when you come off, just be wary that there might be a zebra crossing there, and you might have to stop for someone that's crossing. So be careful of that. So next roundabout, we go in to be turning right, 3rd exit. So this is quite a fast road. What you don't want to do is approach it really quick. Even though it's a fast road, and if you're turning and you're approaching a roundabout, you want to approach it at a nice slow speed, slow enough to be in gear 2. So I'm braking quite a bit now, and I'm doing about I'm trying to aim for like 20 miles an hour as I approach the roundabout. So now I'm doing 20. I'm in gear 2, checking the right. There's no one coming towards me because they're indicating to go that way. Aiming for the right side. There's no lines here, but there are separate lanes here. I'm gonna keep to the right for now. Once I get to like here, check my mirror, signal left, and then move over a bit more left, and then I can come off. And then check the speed limit is changed now as well. So when you come off, just be mindful, like we said before, about zebra crossing, but also check for changes like speed limit changes as well.